Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of MVC 101 here on MVCSports.com and Valley Live. We continue our soccer conversation this week. This time, we're joined by the head coach of Evansville men's soccer, Mike Jacobs. Coach, how are you doing this morning?
Doing really well, especially after this last week.
Absolutely, it was a great week of men's soccer for the Missouri Valley Conference as a whole, and obviously, you guys had a big win at home last week, defeating at the time number 6 St. Louis University. Talk about that win last week. What does that do for your program? Talk about the game itself, and take us through the game-winning goal.
Well, just for the game in general, geographically, SLU is only 2.5, 3 hours from our campus here in Evansville, Indiana. So between the history of the two programs having been the same conference years ago, our former head coach, Fred Schmaltz, coming from St. Louis and having so many great players here from St. Louis over the years, and really with so many of our guys playing with and against each other over the course of the years of their youth and high school careers, it's really created a great rivalry. And the opportunity to have them come and play at our place in front of a big crowd, especially a team as strong as they are this year and to have them so highly ranked, was a tremendous opportunity for not only for our players and coaches, but for our fans as well.
Absolutely. Now, in that game, this week's Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week, Mark Anthony Gonzalez, he scored the game-winning goal for you. He also had 2 goals against Georgia State in the follow-up game. What's it like to have a sophomore perform like that for you on that stage, and just his performance overall this past week?
We've been really in a rebuilding phase for our program after going to the conference finals in 2009. Having a team that was ranked in the top 25 at one point in 2010, we've really had to kind of rebuild with a young nucleus. And 2011, we played against Creighton, who were number 1 in the country at the time, and started 7 freshmen. Last year in a conference tournament, we started at 8 sophomores and 3 freshmen. And I always say that the best thing about freshmen and sophomores is that the next year they're sophomores and juniors. So,
Absolutely.
To have young guys like Mark Anthony Gonzalez, Faik Hajdarevic, really kind of leading the charge for us offensively, not only bodes well for our present, but certainly the future as well. To have a young, really kind of young veteran nucleus, guys who were primarily sophomores and juniors, but also players who have got some experience and have been there and done that. And Mark clearly has been a catalyst for our attack, and came up kind of Johnny in the spot for us in the final minute against SLU in overtime.
Yeah. You talk a lot about experience, and now you guys picking up the win over SLU. That's valuable experience you have in a high level game like that. But also, we had Bradley go out and get a win over UConn, a huge win. Coupled with your win and Bradley's, what does that do for a program? Talk about the confidence that your team builds, and then also what that does for the league as a whole.
For our players, I know they feel good about the fact that not only knocking off a team as strong as SLU, but 4 of our first 6 games were in overtime. So I think our guys have a lot of confidence to know that not only are they physically strong, but that they're mentally tough enough to be able to endure playing for long durations of time and against some of the best teams in the country. And the result for Bradley, Jimmy and I talk quite a bit during the course of the week, text back and forth. I think the Missouri Valley Conference has always been, renowned for how strong it is as a soccer conference. It's definitely one of the true soccer conferences in the country. And I think results like the Braves versus UConn or the Aces against SLU show that our conference is as strong as any conference in the country.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. Lastly, let's get a little preview of your upcoming week. You guys obviously host a tournament there. Talk about what's up on the docket for the Aces.
This weekend is the Pro Rehab Aces Classic, and the Classic is one of the longest-standing college soccer tournaments in the nation. It's something we're really proud of because it's an opportunity to showcase not only just our soccer team and the University of Evansville, but as a city, Evansville, Indiana. And we've traditionally always had teams from different parts of the country come in. We have this year NJIT from New Jersey, Eastern Illinois, a former affiliate of the Missouri Valley Conference of men's soccer, and then Wisconsin Green Bay. So we have 3 different teams coming in to Evansville, and we're looking forward to not only hosting a good weekend of soccer, but to showcase what the University of Evansville, Aces Athletics, and Missouri Valley Conference is all about.
Absolutely, Coach. Once again, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, and we wish you best of luck going forward this weekend.
Thanks, Derek.